Are you okay? Really, Ramaphosa, are you okay? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy for all those of you that are new subscribers, and if you've been here from the day one, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for coming back. So as you guys can see from the title, today I'm going to be doing a little story time of basically what happened in 2019 when I first came to UCT, just basically like my whole experience, stalker vibes and all that jazz basically. So if you are interested in the story time and you also want to see me achieve this beautiful look, then carry on watching this video. And also please do not forget to subscribe, guys. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so I know you guys can help me get there. Like this video as well if you do like it, and let's get right into the story time. Okay, so let's get into the story time. I've already done my eyebrows because you guys already know that I cannot do my eyebrows and talk at the same time. It's just a thing. Get with the program. So today I actually want to do like a really, not an extravagant, but like a pink look. A beautiful girly pink look. I usually do like natural looks, so let me just play with some color a bit. So me coming to Cape Town, like I was so excited. You know, my mom came with me. We had a flight early in the morning. I think our flight was at 9 o'clock in the morning because we just wanted to sort out everything. Like they had given us raise, like they sent us an email. He sent me an email before I left for Cape Town that I did get raise, and it was my domain raise. That was a raise that was assigned to me. So me, you know, I don't know Cape Town. I don't know what my domain is, where my domain is. I'm just like, thank goodness everything is working out, you know. I have raise and everything, and I even spoke to the lady and she said, yeah, you can come through, everything is sorted. So me, I'm just like happy, you know, like, so me and mom decided to book an early flight so that we can, you know, put my things at raise, and then she wanted to spend some time with me as well. So just like 2 days just before she goes back to Durban, you know. So that's basically what was our plan going into Cape Town. So we get to Cape Town, right, and we had to go to a middle campus. So if you don't know, there's upper campus, in which is like the main campus. There's middle campus, and then there's also lower campus. Lower campus, basically that's where usually like the reses are. So basically that's where we had to go. We had to go to middle campus because student housing offices were there. So we had to go there so that they could take us to my domain, and we were expecting like a smooth process. Mind you, that time I'm going with all my stuff, of course. I have 2 huge suitcases. My mom has her suitcase. So yeah, we came with all our stuff, but we just thought it was going to be a simple, easy process. That's what I thought. So me and my mom enter into student housing with all our luggage, and it wasn't that full. I think we're like the 4th people there. There were other people as well, but it wasn't like as full, so we were happy about that. So we had to join the line, and we stayed in that line for so long. So we got there, let's say around no, our flight was not at 9. I think our flight was at 8. Yes, our flight was at 8. So we got to Cape Town at 10. So maybe let's say we got to like student housing offices just before 11. Yeah, so we got there just before 11. So when we're seen to, this person says to us that oh, okay, so the raise that you've been given, it's not your final raise. You might get moved depending on if there's space, but right now there isn't space, so you're just gonna have to stay here for now. We don't know when there will be space. Right now we even have students sleeping in halls, so at least you have a place, you know, to sleep. So we're like, Kanti in Jan Lindau, how is this place that they assigned us to? Why are they saying it as if it's not like a nice place, you know? So my mom like, oh, okay, so she might get moved, or what? Is she not gonna get moved? So then they're like, we don't know. It's all gonna depend on if we have space. But right now, this is where there is space, and that's at my domain. So we're like, okay, that's fine, that's cool. So we left at the middle campus at around 2. There was a bus from UCT that transported all the parents with all the first year students to that res. So we're traveling, and we just keep traveling and traveling. Guys, we were like, Kanti, where is this place? Like, it was so far from campus. We were just like,
cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Our first year is meant to be moving to a place that's so far from campus. We're new to Cape Town. We don't know the area. Like, what is going on? What's going on here? Like, are you okay? Like, literally, we were shook. We eventually get to my domain, in which honestly I'm not trying to say anything, you know, if there's anyone who's from my domain watching this, like, there was nothing wrong with that res, but when we got there, they basically explained to us that this res is for postgrad students. It's for students who have been at Cape Town, who have been at UCT, who know, you know, who are now street smart by now. They've lived alone basically, because if you're a first year student going to stay at that res, it's first of all, it's far from campus. It's in a place that's like a town, you know, it's like a little town. There's a taxi rank near there. It was basically just a little bit too busy, way too busy for first year students to be staying there, because they even told us that the bus to the Jammy to upper campus is very rare. Sometimes the bus doesn't come, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot going on. But anyway, we get off. My mom is not happy. I could see it in mom's facial expression now. My mom just becomes really like quiet, but you can see it in her face when she's not happy. She cannot hide her feelings. I could already see that she is not happy at all. But anyway, we go inside because Pela, fanele singene, you have to see what are they gonna say to us, you know. So but anyway, we get inside. When we get inside, there's also another line, you know. I think there was a first batch of students and parents that went there, so we have to get into the line as well. That line was not even moving. It probably moved like, if it did move, it moved like very little, very little. And my mom was even more angry. By this time we're hungry, mind you guys. The last time we ate was before we got to the airport. That was the last time that we ate. So can you imagine? We're hungry, we're tired, we're in a place that we really don't want to be at, we're not being seen to, the service is bad. Can you imagine what that does to a woman? We were cranky as hell. And my mom, no one wants to deal with my mom when she's like that. I was just like, the person who's about to see us. Yeah. So we eventually get to the front where we're finally being seen to. Oh, another reason why. No, when we got to the front, I think there was one more person in front of us. So postgrad students start coming, you know, to the line, but they're cutting the line. They're coming in front of us. And because of the fact that the person was also, you know, controlling the line, the person who we were meant to see, you know, who was conducting the rooms and stuff like that, allocating rooms, and also postgrad students, they were totally disregarding us and seeing to the postgrad students that were cutting in line. So that even made my mom even more angry. That made all of us angry. So because the postgrad students were already there, you know, staying at my domain, they wanted to change rooms. They were choosing rooms that they wanted. So the first year students basically came last. So that's why the line even took even longer. So now we're just like, what the hell is going on? So we finally get to the front, and this is my mom's facial expression. Talk about if looks could kill. I'm looking at her like, and looking at the person who's helping us like, now this whole situation is happening, and they allocate us a room, and we get in there. Firstly, they said that the rooms were going to be fully furnished. You know, we're going to have a stove, a bed, shower, all that stuff, a place to study. So me and this girl, we got allocated the same room. When we get in there, this other postgrad is basically there, and she's packing away her stuff. And then when we get there, there were blinds, you know, those metal blinds, yeah, which were broken, by the way. And the window was also broken. Like you couldn't close the window, so the window could literally just be blown away by the wind. Yep. And then she also tells us that, and also don't close the toilet door, otherwise you'll get locked in. Only the person from outside can open for you. So if you're alone and you close, you won't be able to open from the inside. And we're like, how? Why? For who? Like, what is going on? UCT? Why? So the fully furnished that they meant, there was no microwave. The only thing that was there was a 2-plate stove. A 2-plate stove was there. And this is a sharing room, by the way. And we're first year students. That's the only thing that they basically gave us. My mom is so furious. Oh, by the way, and we're going with all our stuff. We're going with 3 suitcases, hand luggage as well. It was the worst. We were so tired. And the other family, like, they were so cool. Like, they were the girl that I was basically my roommates in that race. Like, they were just like, it's totally okay. The mom was like, we'll sleep here, you know. What is it called? Zinyo Bulala. The only child. Mom is just like, I'm sorry, no way. Another reason is because my next door neighbor, we saw him outside. He wasn't my next door neighbor, the guy who was like opposite to our room basically. What happened was, he was at the taxi rank that we saw. We thought that he was one of the taxi drivers, and now he's opposite in our room. Mom was just like, no way. Anyone can just walk in here, Ganti. No. Why is this taxi driver here? What's happening? You know? We end up leaving. She calls the Uber, and she's like, because she was gonna sleep for a couple of days, I think, here in Cape Town anyway. So there was a hotel that she was supposed to check in at 12, but because of the whole mush that was happening in Cape Town at UCT, yeah, we got there. I think we got at the hotel. It was the Cape Town Lodge Hotel in town. We got there at around 6, and we ate at the hotel. We were just super hungry and tired. Excuse me. So yeah, guys, it was really just a lot that day. And yeah, like, we showered, and then like my grandparents called asking what's happening, and mom was explaining, and I could just tell you that she's just really upset. She was not happy at all. Like, she wanted to have a smooth process. And the next day I was meant to have orientation I think it was a Tuesday, and I was meant to go to orientation, but I couldn't because we had to sort out this problem. And another issue is now was that NSFAS was saying that NSFAS had not confirmed whether I had NSFAS or not. So that was also another issue, you know, that we needed to sort out. So we had to go back again to middle campus. So we wake up in the morning, we shower, and then we go and get breakfast at the place that my mom was meant to, the place that we were sleeping at, basically. And what happened, okay, so I could see my mom's face, like, she's just not okay. I don't think that she slept well as well, you know. She had bags underneath her eyes. I think she was just thinking about the whole situation, you know. She was thinking about it a lot, and it just was not sitting well with her. So I think that's why she, you know, she looked like she wanted to cry. Her eyes were red. So I asked her, Mom, are you okay? And then after I asked her that, she just burst into tears and cried. Sorry to expose you, Mom, but yeah. And when she did that, I just cried too, because I can't see my mom cry. It just will always make me cry too, because I never ever want to see her upset. And basically, my grandfather called again in the morning while we're having breakfast, and basically she explained like why she was feeling so upset. Like, she was saying like, how do you leave your daughter like that, in that space like that? And she was just not happy. She was saying like she doesn't understand how UCT could want to put first year students and be okay that parents just leave their kids in a place that is so far from res. Like, she was just not understanding why that was happening. She was just, especially because like during that time, it was February, during that time in 2019, gender-based violence, I put the wrong thing, during that time, February 2019, it was a time where, you know, gender-based violence was prevalent, you know. Girls being killed, being raped by their partners. And I think that was on my mom's mind, you know, a lot, that she can't just leave me in the city that I know nothing about, you know, to just get born, you know. That was what she was thinking in her head, like, Uguti, I can't just leave my daughter like that in that type of scenario. Like, she was just, yeah. And I'm of course like her only child, so I can just imagine, because even if it was me as well, I don't think I'd ever be comfortable leaving my child, especially a girl child, in that type of situation. So yeah, basically that's what happened in the morning, and we had to go back to middle campus. So my mom books an Uber for us to go to middle campus again, because we had to go there every day, you know, until we get, you know, the accommodation. So we go there again, and they still say there is no space. Like, we're so sorry, there's literally just like no space. We can't help you right now. You'll get a message if there is space. And Mom was just like, what do you mean? Like, do you understand that I have to leave in a day, and I can't leave my daughter in this type of situation? What parent would just leave her daughter in that type of scenario? She basically explained the scenario in my domain. I mean, my domain is, it's not a bad res, but then, as I said, like, if you a first year student, you don't know nothing about Cape Town, it's so far from campus. It's postgrad students that are there basically, who already know, you know, like the town and stuff like that. And I was not street smart back then like that, you know. So my mom was thinking about all of those things, like, there is no way I'm leaving my daughter in that res, you know. That's what she told those people over there. She was like, no. So the person that we're speaking to was such a nice man. What he said was, he gave us like a card or someone else that we can speak to from SRC. So we walk up to upper campus. Now, you know, the walk from middle campus to upper campus is not really that easy. It's quite uphill. But then we walk up to upper campus, and then we go into the offices, and it was like really hot. It was summer in Cape Town. You know, summer in Cape Town is really hot. So we walk up to upper campus, and then we try and find this guy that this man had advised us to go to from SRC, in which it was so hard to find him, but we ended up finding him, and we explained to him what basically happened, and how sad mom was feeling and how she just cannot leave me. We explained the whole story. Okay guys, I'm going to put my liquid eyeliner, and then I'll be back. So after explaining then to this guy about what basically happened, he was so understanding, and he's like, okay, you know what, let's go to middle campus. Let's go to middle campus and find out what is happening, because that is totally unacceptable. He was so nice. So we go to middle campus. He took us in his car. He was so sweet, Shem. He took us in his car, and then he tells us, okay, just sit down here, let me go and talk to these people and see what I can do. And we finally like, oh, there's hope. We were so hopeful, like, oh, thank goodness, like everything's gonna go well now. That literally, that's what we thought was gonna happen. So after this guy goes and he talks to the people, he comes back and tells us the same news that we've been hearing. You're just gonna have to wait for a response. There is literally no spaces right now. They're trying their best to allocate rooms and stuff like that. And then in the moment, there was this guy. He looked also like a little bit like his SRC. He was older. We saw him the first day, and he kept looking at me, or looking at us, basically me and my mom. But we'll get back to that. But I saw him again that day, and he kept looking at us. But anyway, I paid no attention to it. And then we're just like, are you serious? Like, this cannot be happening right now. I actually really love this primer. We decide to go to, okay, so the middle campus is a smaller student housing office. The bigger student housing office is at lower campus. So we decide to walk to lower campus as well. That walk from middle campus to lower campus, and it wasn't just lower campus, we had to walk to the student housing offices, which is a bit further away from the lower campus reses. Oh my goodness, it was so hot. We were getting lost. It was just another bad day. We get there because we wanted to talk to the chief of student housing, the main man. We don't want to talk to any more SRC students. We don't want to talk to any more postgrad students. We wanted to talk to a parent as well, someone who's someone who is taking charge basically of the whole thing, of the whole student housing at UCT. That's what my mom wanted to do. We get there eventually. We were sweating, we were tired. Then the lady at the reception is like, do you have an appointment, ma'am, to see I forgot what his name is, Mr. What, I forgot what his name is, but and we're like, no, we don't, like, please, can you just help us? Like, we've literally walked from middle campus to here, we got lost so many times, please just help us, and then my mom starts to cry again. She bursts into tears, and she's like, and then the lady at the reception consoles her. She stands up and she consoles my mom. She's like, it's totally okay. Like, so my mom explains again the story of basically what's happening, and that she just can't leave me at that res. She just can't leave me to just see what happens, She can't. So she had to also extend her flight as well. So eventually this man comes, who's, like the chief of student housing. And he doesn't even look at us. He talks to the reception. He's like, do they have an appointment? Did they call to make an appointment? And then the lady is like, no, they didn't. Do they have res? And then the lady's like, yeah, they do have res. But she couldn't even finish her sentence. And this man's like, so what do they want here? Literally, that man was so rude. Like, we were just like, what? And then my mom is like, sorry, can I please explain what's happening? And then mom explains, and then he basically just was not even understanding. You know, he was just like, ma'am, there's nothing we can do, okay? It's totally full. There's nothing we can do. She can't get rest for now. At least that she does have a little bit of, at least she does have somewhere to sleep and somewhere, you know, to go. So it's not like she's just sleeping in a hall. Like, we have students that are sleeping in halls. So be grateful for the fact that you have res, because, you know, he was basically so rude. But anyway, we were just like, wow, we can't believe that happened. So after going to, you know, the student housing offices, the big student housing offices, we just saw that, okay, you know, there's literally nothing that we can do right now besides just wait and hope that before my mom leaves I have res. So my mom says, let's just go back, I think by now it was like around 3 or 4, to the lodge. And then my mom decides that the next day I have to go to orientation, and that she'll try and sort out everything. Basically, I mustn't worry. But I could tell that she was worried. But she had to extend her flights. She had to extend her days, as she said, in Cape Town as well, because of the fact that you know, I hadn't found like proper housing or proper res. So. And she also had to check out and book another hotel, because she only booked to stay for 2 days. So she basically says, don't worry about it. So she takes her suitcases, and she takes my suitcases, and we put them in the Uber. And then after that, because I took all my luggage with me, I didn't leave my luggage at that res. So I go to orientation. Mom says, don't worry, and she goes and she sits at the cafeteria at Upper Campus. She just sat there waiting for me. Can you imagine? So after my orientation ended, I think my orientation ended around 1, we decided to go back to Middle Campus again and basically just see if there's any new developments, you know. When we get there, I see this guy again that I was telling you guys about, that I saw that was keep looking at me and my mom. I see this guy, and he comes to us and he's like, are you guys okay? Are you okay? Really, Ramaphosa, are you okay?
Is this a love are you gonna live? Really, Ramaphosa, are you okay? Really?
That video lives rent-free in my mind. But, and then he asked us like, are you guys okay? Like, I've been seeing you guys here. Like, he was Xhosa. So we basically explained to him basically the whole thing that happened. We even tell him about NSFAS and how we're not sure if we have NSFAS yet. That hadn't responded to us, so we don't know what's going on, literally. So then after that, this guy is totally understanding. He was so nice to us. He's like, okay, you know what, guys, I totally understand. Let's go to the NSFAS offices. They weren't too far from the Middle Campus student housing offices. So we go to the NSFAS student offices, and then he gives us a form, and he's like, fill out this form, and it was basically application for NSFAS, but he said just fill it in again and he'll make sure that, you know, it gets to the top of the list. We were like, okay, thank you. Like, he was so sweet. Like, we were so shocked. Then he's like, give me your number so that I can tell you if there's any update. So then I give him my number, you know, but I'm not thinking much of it, you know. I'm just thinking this guy is just literally trying to help us. He was from SRC as well. So I give him my number, and he's like, don't worry, I'll make sure that you guys get rest at least in the next 2 days. Don't worry about it. There's no way you're going to be left at my domain. It's a postgrad res, so they can't put first year students there for the whole year. Don't worry, I'll make sure that you get proper accommodation before your mom leaves. So we're like, oh goodness, there's some hope. There is some hope. So we go back to this new hotel that mom had booked. It was also in CBD, and now we have hope, you know. So it's finally the next day, and it was the day that my mom was meant to leave as well. And then I got a message saying that, hi Andiswa, you are going to Baxter Theatre res. we go to Baxter Theatre and we tell them that I've been assigned to this res, and they're like, oh, okay, what's your name, ma'am? I tell them, they're like, no, you're not at this res. This is not the res that you've been assigned to. You've been assigned to Tugwell. It's already 4 here at Baxter. So we're like, are they serious? Is UCT serious? Like, seriously, are they serious? So we go to Tugwell, but then it wasn't too far anyway. It's literally across Baxter. So we're like, it's fine, it's still first year student housing. So we get there, I settle in, and then I put in my stuff into the res that I was assigned to. And then the guy messaged me, oh no, he called me, the guy that helped me from SRC. He asked me, did you get housing? And I was like, yeah, I did get housing. Thank you so much for helping us. Mom also says thank you, we really appreciate it, you know. And yeah, he's like, oh, okay, I'm so glad that I could help. And he asked me if I went to the freshman's bri, and I was like, no, I couldn't. I was just not in the mood to go. Mom is leaving today, and I just didn't want to, you know, spend the day not with her, basically. So I settle in, you know, start unpacking my stuff. My mom leaves to go and get me stuff, basically for like pillows, bedding, and stuff like that. My mom was honestly the best. Honestly, I don't know what I'd do without my mom, but yeah, we ended up, so basically that day, she comes back and she gives me my stuff, my bedding, everything. And then it was time for mom to leave, so I go with her outside. You know, she ordered her Uber and she was meant to go to the airport now. And then I start crying because I just don't want my mom to leave. Like, we didn't spend as much time together as we wanted to, you know, because of the whole situation that was going on. And I was just starting to feel separation anxiety a lot, you know. So, and then I get back into the res that I was assigned to. Get to school now, I'm getting to all my classes. Like, everything seems to be going okay-ish. Hey so basically this guy calls me now, and I'm wondering, why is he calling me now? You know, the guy from SRC who helped us get accommodation. But then I answer, and he's just like, he's just checking up on me and how things are going, and if I settled in while at res. And I'm like, yeah, no, I settled in while at res and stuff like that. And I'm like, cool. And then he asked me if I'm on WhatsApp, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on WhatsApp. So this was maybe like around 2 o'clock. So I get a message from him on WhatsApp again, and then he's like, I'm gonna be at your res. If you want us to talk, like, you can come down, or you can sign me in, and we can just chill and whatnot. I'm just like, I didn't even respond to that text. I literally just switched off my phone. Literally, I switched off my phone. I was like, no way. And I just got on with the work that I needed to do, because we had already gotten work. So I was just busy trying to do my work and study, basically. When I switch on my phone again, I have 12 missed calls from this man. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? Why is he calling me 12 times? Now I'm getting really scared. Like, this guy, something seems dodgy. And girls must always trust their intuition. So I give my mom a call, and I'm like, ma, this guy has been trying to reach me. He's literally called me 12 times. Like, I don't know what to do. Then my mom was like, Aibo, don't answer the phone. Like, why is he still trying to call you? Like, so I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I was like, tell me if he tries to call again and stuff like that. So I hang up the call, and then he calls for the 13th time, and then I answer the call. Is this man not shouting at me? Hold up. this man is literally like, he was shouting at me in Xhosa basically, so I couldn't really understand what he was saying, but he was basically saying, awufumaneki, atazangokufonela, where you at, like I was at your res and I told you that I was gonna come, why haven't you been? And I was just like, I'm busy, like I'm sitting, I had my phone switched off so that it doesn't distract me. Like, what do you mean? You know, basically I tell him like, bruh, I was busy, I have schoolwork to do, I don't have time. And then he's like, okay, well then I'm gonna try and see you tomorrow, which I don't know how he's gonna try and see me because he's not coming to my res. And then yeah, I was scared to go to school the next day, but then I was like, okay, he doesn't know my classes anyway, so let me just go to school and stop being paranoid. I go to my classes. My last class, sorry about that guys, my last lecture was biology at 12 o'clock. So I go to biology. After biology, I just feel an arm tug me like this, and I'm just like, what? And I look and it's him, and I was just like, how did he even know that I had biology at 12? How did he know that my class is here? There's so many biology classes, like, how did he know?
Oh, bro. How you, I'm saying, how, like, talk to me, bro. You the police? Is you the FBI? CIA? What's you?
Now, if that is not scary, then I don't know what is. That scared me so much. I was like, how did this guy know? No, guys. Konteshaya mans. What's going on? But then anyway, he tags me, and I almost gasped, like, you know, like, because I got such a shock. I was like, you know, like I screamed. I was like, what? How? Kanjani? You know? And then he's like, I've been trying to reach you. Why haven't you been answering your phone? I'm like, this man did not just say that to me right now. He did not just say that to me right now. Like, do I answer to you now? Just, I think he thought in his mind, just because he helped me out and stuff like that, that now I owe him, you know? So I'm just like, oh, I've really just been busy, like I don't have time and stuff like that. And then he's like, I have to see you tonight. Like, I have to see you tonight. Like, he's saying it like with a straight face, like, I have to see you tonight. I'm going to see you tonight. Like, and he's like, what do you have now? Can we chill now? Like, I want us to talk. And I'm like, no, I have to go to a class. So I lied. I was like, I have to go to a class and have a practical after that, which I did not have. But I was just like, hey, I'm not trying to see this man right now. So I lied and I said that. And then he's like, okay, well then I'm gonna give you a call. I'm gonna come to your res and stuff like that. And then I'm just like, okay. But I already made up my mind, I'm going to block him. I'm not gonna get out of res. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. So then I get to res, and then I try to block. I blocked him. And guys, when I tell you that I did not leave res for the rest of the week, or for 3 days, I didn't go to campus because I was just scared. I was so scared because I was just like, no way. I was scared that this man is gonna show up in all my classes and he's going to be like, you know, he's basically going to be demanding stuff, demanding to see me. I was just scared of him. I blocked him. And that actually really helped because I never saw him after that. I never saw him after that, in which I was glad. And then I later found out that he left UCT, which I don't know why he left. I don't know if he dropped out or what happened, but in JM, he left UCT, and I was just so, I mean, if it's like for reasons like maybe that he dropped out, okay, that's not really nice. But then for me, of course, like it did kind of like, because he really did scare me a lot, especially because, as I said, it was time where girls were being killed, girls were being raped, and I was just like, I'm scared. I'm scared, Jay. So yeah. But basically, that's my stalker story, Jay. It was just quite a rough moment. The beginning of UCT did not start out did not start out well. In fact, my whole first year at UCT didn't go well for me. It was definitely not a good experience. That is basically my whole story of what happened at UCT. I'm not trying to scare anyone who wants to come to UCT. Like, UCT is honestly a very good university. Of course, it's a good university, but I mean, yeah, every university has its things. Like, of course, varsity is not easy at all. It's not. But I'm so proud of the fact that I got into UCT. Like, it's not easy getting into this university, but I'm here now and I'm making the most of it, and I'm getting my degree. I'm going for my dream. So to anyone who wants to go to university, not just UCT, anyone who wants to go to university, if it's what you really want, if you want to get a good degree, I would definitely recommend it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna finish up my face because the story time is over. This wasn't a makeup video. It was literally just for me to give a little rant about what happened to me in first year. And this is the final look. Had my hair out. I haven't had my hair out this whole week actually. It's been in cornrows under my bonnet because yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope that you really like this look. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe, guys. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'd really like to get there really soon. I'd be doing a big giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, so please help me to get there. Share this video, like and comment. Yeah, bye guys, see you in my next video.